friends, it's Kathy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. Today, we're going to be doing a review of the This Might Hurt Tarot deck, as you can see in front of you. It's not an unboxing because I've had this deck for some time now, but I thought you might be interested in seeing it because it is one of my all-time favorite decks so far. So stay tuned and let's get into viewing this beautiful deck. Okay, let's get started. If you have not seen this deck before, it has been out for a while. I purchased mine, I believe, at least 2 to 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. If you've watched any of my videos, you will see that this is primarily the deck I use for most of my tarot readings. So let me just do a little bit of unpackaging here. It's already been unboxed and it's well used and well loved. But let's have a look at the cards because I think they're so beautiful and so well done. So as you can see, the This Might Hurt Tarot deck was made by Isabella Rotman. She is the artist out of Illinois who created this beautiful deck, and it was colorist, I should say, is Addison Duke. So I'm going to have a link in the description box. So if you're interested in purchasing or just checking out her website, Isabella Rotman is an amazing artist. So I'm going to start. Let's get inside this box and see what there is, first of all. All right, so it comes in this beautiful box and it's very well made. Let me tell you, it is. Okay, it's got this on the back and describing it. And let's just see here. We've got this and we've on both sides here. But anyways, it is a magnetized opening box. So let's just get started with that opening here on the side. It's like I say, it's very sturdy. The box is well made, and the inside is equally as beautiful as the outside. It's quite dark chocolate brown, the box. Comes as usual with the beautiful guidebook. Let me just pull this out for you. And these are the front sides of the cards. Okay. So here is her guidebook, Isabella, and of course, inside each page goes on to talk about each card in more detail. And it's a very thick little book, too. You can see it's very sturdy, well made. And it's very, like I haven't actually read, to be honest, I haven't read the book primarily because I felt such a kinship with this deck that I didn't feel I needed the book. I just jumped right in and started reading with it. But it's here, obviously, if you want to enjoy reading that. Now, let's get it aside again and get rid of the box. Okay. So as you can see, it has this beautiful little, this might hurt, um, .com, this might hurt tarot.com, and it's from This Might Hurt Studios. All right, let's put this away. Okay, so first off, let me say this cardstock is really thick, like it is heavy, but it's not a glossy finish on it. It's more of a matte. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, the sides were nicely done, but I have loved and used it so much that you can see it's worn away, unfortunately. This is my go-to deck. Primarily, and I will show you, when I show you the pictures, you'll understand why. There's a real intuitive connection with a lot of what's going on in this deck. And yes, it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it has a modern twist. Okay, so let's get started looking at these beautiful cards, and we will start with, of course, the major arcana, the Fool. So I will show you these cards. Obviously, the Fool. Let me try to get a nice look at it. There's a different little dog there. It's almost like a French bulldog. And in the background, you can see there's a city underneath. Okay, let me put this over here. And the Magician, of course. High Priestess. Well, let me get that so the light isn't too glaring. Let me turn that down a wee bit, so I know it can be a little harsh. And that down one moment. There we go. Oh, I think that was better. You can really see the picture now. You can see. Okay. The Empress. I love this. Isn't that cute? And if you look in all the little, she's got so much detail and so many beautiful little things that you can pick up on intuitively when you're reading. The Emperor. Look at this. I can give you an example. One of the reading I did for someone, and they asked me where they were going to live in the future. And I pulled the Emperor, and all I could see was him with his hand on the globe of North America. Interesting. That was my intuitive hit. Great. He's wearing a fancy suit. The Hierophant, the Lovers. I love her inclusiveness and just a different spin, slightly different, very modern take. The Chariot. Two motorcycles instead. That's really cool. I love it. Strength card, of course. Hermit. And it's like it's snowing. It looks like it's snowing in this picture, and I love that. And the Wheel of Fortune. You can see in the bottom corner here, see that burning? It's just a lot going on. And then, of course, she has all the different symbols in the top. But I love that it has a border around it. Brings out the picture. Judgment. You wouldn't want to mess with this woman, I'll tell you. Not that Judgment card. Wow. A Hangman. Looks like a lumberjack. I love it. They're whimsical, they're funny, they're very much modern. The Death card looks pretty ominous. Temperance, of course. The Devil. The devil is smoking and drinking and partying. So it's a different take, very much, but it gets the point across. Power. I love this one. It's so dramatic. It's very, very neat. And of course, we have Star. So if you're someone who doesn't like nudity, maybe this isn't your deck. But the artistry, the coloration, everything is so beautiful. Now we have the moon. Very different. You can see there's a real a lot of thought went into this deck. Oh, I love this. The sun. Instead of a horse, the baby's on a dog. And then there's a puppy in the bottom. Isn't that sweet? Judgment. Ooh, very different. Look at that. Wing, all the feather and a heart. Very cool. And finally, the world. All right. Those would be the major arcana, of course. Now, let's have a look at the wands. Ace of Wands. You can get a lot of different, like I say, she has a lot of different detail in her pictures. Two of Wands. I love it. Look, there's this old car. It looks like an old station wagon she's sitting on. That is really quite amazing. I love it. The Three of Wands, and she's working hard, and then she's staring off across the horizon. There we go. The Four of Wands with a family of rabbits, which is really cute. We have the Five of Wands, dog fight. But is it a fight or isn't it? That is really dramatic. Again, you get the idea, right? And the Six of Wands, but she's on a bicycle. How cool is that? She's not riding a horse. It's very modern take. I love that. Okay. The Seven of Wands. Sorry, pardon me. Seven of Wands. And only in this one, instead of the wands coming out from the bottom, they are actually all around the head. Okay. The Eight of Wands. Very. Yeah. All the animals running and running and running. And the Nine of Wands. Studying for an exam, cramming. How many people can relate to that, right? Last minute. And then all the pencils are wands. Pens and pencils, it looks like. Well, pencil. Yeah, pens too. Ten of Wands. That's a huge load of carrying there. Very nice. Page of Wands. But you can even see the salamanders on the shirt of the page, which is really cute. The Knight of Wands. And look, he's on a motorcycle. That's modern for you. I love it. It's just more relevant. Sometimes that hits your intuition better. Queen of Wands. There's her sunflower, her cat. The King of Wands appears to be a female figure. That doesn't matter. Can be a man, can be a woman. That's the whole idea. It's to tell you that that's just the energy that's coming forth. In this case, it could be a woman or a man. All right. Now we have the Ace of Cups. I love the coloring on this, the blues and the purples and the pinks. It's so pretty. There's that cup runneth over. And the Two of Cups. Very inclusive. I love that. Two of Cups, eh? And the Three. They're having a great time with their coffee cups, having a fun dance around the pumpkin patch. Three of Cups. Four Cups. Looks like she's doing some meditating under that tree, but as we know, she's ignoring. The Five of Cups. Wearing a hoodie. That is really effective. The Six of Cups. And in this case, as you can see, one child is older than the other, and they appear to be gardening on a balcony in apartment buildings, between two apartment buildings, which is really a modern take, fresh take on that card. The Seven of Cups. Look at all those choices. The Eight of Cups. Time to hike away. Time to climb that mountain and move on. Now we have the Nine, which is a very different spin. No pun intended. He's making pottery. But it shows you how you can really expand your understanding of that card. Okay. And the 10, of course, a beautiful card. Oh, and a family of birds. Isn't that beautiful? Baby birds, a robin, mom and dad robin in the 10 of cups. Now we have the page, a knight. And look at this knight with the coffee on a motorcycle. Again, they're not horses. The queen. And she's even sitting on a lawn chair on the beach. How cool is that? And the king of cups rowing his boat. He looks like an older gentleman. Doesn't matter. And there's fish in the water jumping. And he has a water bottle sitting beside him. Now the Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords, of course. Ah, the Three. Wow. For the Swan. Isn't that something, eh? Very dramatic. Four of Swords. Trying to sleep. But needs rest. The Five of Swords. As you can see, these swords are actually knives. They appear to be more knife themed, but that's a more modern take, obviously. We have the Six of Swords and all the different knives at the top. Seven. Oh, he's wearing a parka, the hood, fur hood, trying to run away, as we know. Trying to get away with something. And the Eight of Swords. In this case, they do appear to be more sword-like. They're longer. A Nine of Swords. Yeah, how often have we ever felt like that? Like the whole world is, our thoughts are just torturing us, right? Okay. And the 10. How dramatic. Lots of blood and very interesting. Very interesting. I did, just as a side note, I did a reading with this card one time about a situation. It was one of my videos, actually, I believe. And all I could see that jumped out at me is she's laying there getting hurt, and it looked like she's wearing a bikini on the beach, like she's getting sunburned, so her back is hurting. So that's what was jumping out at me. Page of Swords, wearing a vest and a shirt. And now the Knight of Swords, another motorcycle. You can see how fast this one's going. The Queen of Swords, very much analytical, smart, no nonsense. The King of Swords. And of course, what I love about this card, obviously, he's in a wheelchair, but he's not, I mean, he's older looking, which basically tells me it doesn't matter what they look like or what the scenario is. It's the energy, as we know. It's all about the energy of the card in this suit. King of Swords. Now we finally the Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I'll move that in a bit. Two. Of course, trying to balance, juggle everything. And the Three of Pentacles. Building a sculpture together. I love the hard hats. Very modern and tool belts. Four of Pentacles, dressed up in a suit, holding on to his money with looks like a big city skyline in the back, eh? Five of Pentacles, which is basically the same sort of theme, or as the writer Waite Smith, but the difference is they're not holding hands. One is walking by and the other is with their hand out, or they're, in need, as we know. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. Yes, love that. Seven of Pentacles. Looking at the fruits of his labors, enjoying, just taking time out to see what he has. And we have the Eight. The Eight of Pentacles, working very hard. If you look closely in the background, there are cranes, looks like. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. And finally, the Ten of Pentacles. The two dogs. The coins look like lanterns, and the family together. Now, the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles on his motorcycle. He too has a motorcycle, only his is standing still. The Queen of Pentacles. Ah, on her scooter. And look, if you look closely on her left arm, there's a tattoo. I just think that that is so awesome. And finally, the last card is the King of Pentacles. He looks like a pretty relaxed guy enjoying his wine and the riches that he has on a fancy chair. So that is the This Might Hurt tarot deck in its entirety. So, as I say, like it's really quite a thick, and when you shuffle, it is very easy to shuffle. It's not slippery, not as slippery as some decks. And this was originally, as I didn't mention it in the beginning, but it was a Kickstarter deck. It was 2019, it says on this box. I'm not sure if that was exactly the day of the Kickstarter, but it certainly, it's now, I think it's in its fifth print. Don't quote me, but I seem to remember on the website her speaking about it. So I highly recommend it. What can I say? I love this deck. It speaks to me, and that's the whole point of your decks that you buy and you enjoy. They have to speak to you. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this review of the This Might Hurt Tarot deck by Isabella Rotman. And thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye for now.